Alrighty guys, wipe is tonight, which means everything that you've earned over the past couple months will be gone. And we'll also be getting some new features, a new map, and plenty of other stuff inside of Tarkov. This video will go over and review everything that is coming, so keep on watching if you want to find out. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to hit the like button to help out the channel, as well as subscribing to get more updates on Tarkov and any new loot codes released, as well as any changes that come to Arena over the next year. A new map will be getting added with this patch. It will be a starter map that is supposed to be the beginning location of the Tarkov conflict, and it will be limited to players who are under level 15 or 20, but they haven't exactly decided on an exact number yet. As far as Nikita states, it will be level restricted for PMCs, but you can go to the map as a scav at any level, so you will be able to go there later on. The loot will be decent but not too crazy, as it will be a low level player map. This should help to deter high level players from scavving into the map, as there will be better loot and opportunities on other maps. This location is supposed to be at the center of the city of Tarkov and will also have the main Terra Group headquarters. So it will be interesting to see how this plays out, and it was stated as more of a rookie island type deal. And I assume you may not have important main quests there, as you would end up getting level locked out of some of the quests once you are a higher level. It will be a great change to see a space for new guys getting into the game where they cannot constantly get taken out by people over level 40 when they are level 5. Let me know in the comments what you think of this new area and the thought process going behind it. So with the new patch, there will be big changes to the armor and systems involved. There will be actual plates for each rig, as well as slots for interchangeable plates. This also will involve completely redone hitboxes, seeing as each section of armor has different plates. With these changes, you should see a big change in armor utility due to, instead of the whole armor getting damaged when it gets hit, you'll have each different plate getting hit. So in theory, your armor may last longer if you are not getting hit in the same spot continuously. This hitbox change will also make armor not cover the whole upper body. You will now be vulnerable to shots between armor plates, like right under your arm. This will honestly make shotguns and scavs carrying them even more of a force to be feared, and this may lead to the KS-23 being OP again. There will be some replaceable plates in certain armors as well, but they have not detailed what levels these will be, or if they will be stacked over other layers, or how they're going to work. This will also have a UI directly for the plates that will show their health and armor level inside of your stash, so you can see what's going on with each armor that you have, or how many different plates it has, and stuff like that. This is one of the changes I am most looking forward to, and I'll be very interested in doing offline raids on 2 accounts for testing, and I'll post some videos on my findings once they all release fully. There will also be some new helmet options and armor sets, but not much was given on those, and there's also some new attachments coming to the helmets as well. I hope you're as excited as I am for the possibilities with new armor systems, because it's going to be really interesting and probably going to be a big game changer. There will also be some big changes coming to weapon handling, as well as new guns themselves. There will be a new recoil system, which we've all been asking for so long, as well as shoulder swapping in the next patch. They only showed a bit of video for these features, but it is looking very promising and should level the playing field a bit when it comes to left-hand peeking, or at least that's what we were hoping for. This will definitely change the dynamics of combat in Tarkov for the better, and make for some changes in people's handling of fights, as they should be now more interested in making a left-hand peek instead of flanking or changing position just to have the right-hand advantage. And I will say the recoil has been feeling pretty good in the ETS as they have been testing it. I'm not going to say much else because we aren't allowed to say anything about stuff, but I will say it feels good, it feels right, and I'm very much enjoying how they have made these changes and how they're rolling out. It feels similar to older recoil, which some of y'all may have never experienced. You may have been stuck with all this really crappy recoil for this whole amount of time that you've been playing, but trust me, it's going to be a big change and you're really going to appreciate it. There will also be a new form of cover firing that will be in place with the new patch, and it looks similar to what we have had. I'm interested in seeing what it looks like from the first person perspective, because they didn't really show that, but you do have cover fire. I just don't think it's as viable, and a lot of people don't really use it as often. As I said, ETS is where they are testing the recoil. If you want to try it out, definitely sign up for it. I will explain how to do that real quickly so you can get into the ETS if you're available. You can apply to early test servers by going into the Tarkov launcher and click on ETS and pressing the apply button. It may tell you that your character needs to be over level 20 or that you haven't played the game long enough, but you can always try to apply to see if you can get into early test servers. There are 5 guns they announced in Tarkov TV, as well as an apparent rework of the SKS. The first gun they showed was the 9A91, which some may remember from the Stalker games and the sibling called the VSK-94. Will also be added. It is similar to the Keter versus the Keter B, seeing as one has a silencer. These two guns will use the 9x39 ammo, which is what the Val and DSS use, so it will do some serious damage and probably be quite a bit cheaper. I mostly expect this due to the fact that it is like the VSS or Val, but it has a lower fire rate, it doesn't have as many attachments available for it, and it just generally isn't as good, in my opinion. But we'll see how they set it up. Honestly, I'm thinking it'll probably be around like 70 to 80k at most, because it is like the Keter or Keter B. It isn't as good as some other guns, but because of the ammo that it has available to it, it's actually pretty good. It just doesn't shoot that fast like the VSS or Val, so it won't just immediately melt people. But seeing as it can use the ammo that's 9x39, it will be able to penetrate and do decent damage to people. So keep your eye open. Whenever you see one of these, definitely check it out. I'm hoping you'll be on the lower level of the tiers for the traders, because it's just not going to be that crazy of a gun, but because of the ammo, it will still kill stuff that's pretty decently high level. The next guns shown were the RPD and RPDN, which will be another set of LMGs similar to the PKM and PKP. The main difference, though, will be that the RPD and RPDN will be chambered in 7.6239 instead of the 7.6254R that the PK series is. The only difference I could tell between the two RPD versions is that the RPDN seems to be able to have a scope attack. Those are the biggest differences I noticed between the two, but they do just take a 7.62 round, so it should possibly be cheaper than the PKP, and it won't be as good as the PKP, but it will still just be nasty, because it can hold around 100 to 300 rounds, as far as I understand, for most of the mag sizes. And that's just devastating when someone's just unloading hundreds of rounds of something at you that could either be BP or MAIAP. So just keep that in mind, that if you start hearing someone shooting and it sounds like a really thick gun, then you can either go push it to try and get a nice gun, or expect to completely be obliterated. Let me know in the comments. Will you be trying to grind to try and find out where this gun is? Figure out if it's from a boss. They did announce a new boss today, but we don't know any information on it except for these images that show it having some decent armor. It even has leg armor, so leg meta apparently may not work for this guy. Seeing as there's leg armor shown, we might see the beginning of leg armor being added to the game. Who knows? But looks like we have a good future of guns, and they're still coming out with even more. The other gun mentioned to be in this next patch was the 6 Spear, which they did not have a video for in the Tarkov TV, but it kind of looks like this. And there will also be an update to the SKS with this patch, but they did not give any information on what this means. The next big thing coming to Tarkov is vaulting. This is going to be a huge change for movement and pretty much just a general traversal through any area. Because now you'll be able to vault over railings, boxes, and many other things. There's even like a small step over for like ledges, I'd assume probably for like the guardrails on roads, and just generally anything that's kind of smaller that you wouldn't need to fully mantle. You'll just kind of slightly step over it or climb over it or something like that. So it's a lot quicker, a lot more streamlined, and you won't get stuck on things in the middle of gunfights anymore, more than likely, because you'll just slightly step up onto the thing instead of getting stuck on some little item on the ground. It's gonna be a huge change. Another thing is coming for those like me who enjoy having some extra tasks or extra goals when they're playing the game. And this is going to be achievements. Certain things you do in the game over time will give you achievements. And they haven't said if it's going to unlock new stuff or anything like that. But it'll definitely add some extra things outside of quests for you to do to enjoy Tarkov and to find other ways to try new things in Tarkov. So it'll be very interesting to see what they have inside of the game related to achievements, but it should be a big change. It'll be fun to go after whatever they add in. There will also be some changes to the availability of being able to see what people are running. You'll be able to see your friends' favorite guns and stuff like that, and actually save the presets to your own account. How this will actually work UI-wise, I'm really interested in, because I want to see how you actually access your friend's account, or what you all can see and everything else, because normally you can't see anything on anybody else's account. You can't see anything on anyone's input at all inside of the game. So it'll be interesting to see what all rolls out with this and what you are actually able to see now on other people's accounts in Tarkov. So this should be a good change in relation to just interacting with other people in the game. Or just generally showing off your cool gun builds and exploits to your friends. Pretty much rub it in their face directly from your profile without even having to tell them about it. They can just go on your profile, see the stuff that you've accomplished, and be jealous. Be very, very jealous. Or see the guns that you've built so far and be jealous of that. This also makes me wonder if gun builds will actually start transferring between wipes, but there's nothing on that. That's just hearsay. But we'll see. That pretty much covers everything big that I actually noticed for the upcoming patch, or things that you need to be caught up on big systems changing. There will also be a trophy room, which you can see in this image. There was a star in one of the video sections. So I'm thinking that's going to be the location of it. There's also going to be the BTR taxi, which we didn't get much information on, and they also haven't fully confirmed that it's going to be. They didn't say it was going to be, but you never know with BSG what they actually put in the game. When the patch drops tonight, I will be live going over the patch notes, so if you want to catch those, then come by the stream over here on YouTube, and you can see what they actually posted in the patch notes. We'll go over them. And then once the game actually releases in the morning, we'll be trying to play for a couple hours to see if we can get some new stuff, try out some new things, and just see how the game and servers actually feel. But I do work tomorrow, so there won't be any videos coming out for the next couple days. I'll be grinding super hard on Thursday and Friday. So keep an eye out for new tip videos, new guides and stuff on areas to jump over and stuff like that. I hope you enjoyed the video and it was very informative for you. But I thank you for your time. I thank you for watching. And be sure to subscribe and like the video if you enjoyed it, and if you want to get more updates on Tarkov from me. If you enjoyed the video, I thank you, everyone who subscribed, and have a great night. I'll catch y'all next play.